All right, talk about a weekend, guys. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Of course, got that double espresso on deck. How could I not? As we have to break down what the heck is going on this weekend with Venezuela, oil. We'll go over my thoughts there, and we're going to break down Sofi, some other stocks I'm looking at right now for this week. But first, guys, come on, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join the Patreon for my portfolio updates. We post those week in, week out. There's a private Discord. All of that is linked down below, also pinned in the comments. And with that being said, guys, cheers again. Let's dive into it. So before we cover Sofi, before we break down some stocks I'm looking at, let's go over what's going on with oil, right? And I'm by no means an oil expert. I'm not huge in energy stocks either, quite frankly, but I feel like we have to go over this quickly here, a minute or two, right? Because, well, it's breaking news. Well, I guess not breaking news anymore. Everybody knows about it, but look, oil has been downtrending for months. The price of oil hit $80 a barrel. We're looking here at, slash CL, light crude, sweet crude oil futures. It hit almost 80 a barrel back in June, end of July, and now it's all the way down to 57 a barrel. So oil has been destroyed. You guys know that. You've seen the price at the pumps. That's down, right? And overall, this is good for profit margins for a lot of these different companies transporting goods here and there, relying on fuel, which we're not going to get too deep into that in this video, but lower energy costs are good overall for a lot of different industries. Obviously good for you and I if we're filling up our car. I think it's at like $2.60 a gallon right now, guys. So it's good for those reasons. And now we're seeing a big war when it comes to oil, energy. You have China, you have Russia, you have Saudi Arabia, you have the U.S. U.S. wants to regain dominance. Now they're going after Venezuela, capturing Maduro, right? And the reality is, guys, there's a lot of untapped potential in Venezuela. They actually have the largest oil reserves in the world, believe it or not. In the freaking world, more than Saudi Arabia. I was reading earlier, I think there's over 300 billion barrels, guys, something like that. And Saudi Arabia has just under that. So they have the largest supply reserves in the world, man. And they're just simply not, producing. The output from Venezuela is super low, which is why, that's the real reason why President Donald Trump, the United States, why we're going to Venezuela. It's not to help the people. It's not to help the economy. Sure, that could be a byproduct, right? It might be if, we take control of all the, the oil, we'll see how that goes. That's not the reason. It's all for the oil. It's all for, energy dominance. We all know that, right? So at the end of the day, guys, at this point in time, nothing's concrete. Nothing is, it's not like Venezuela is going to boost their oil output tomorrow, bringing oil prices down a lot. Oil prices might come down, who knows, but this is going to take time, for the U.S. to actually go down there, to actually start bringing in Exxon. I think Chevron's already down there with a special license. I think they've been down there. But Exxon, they used to be in Venezuela, 10, 20 years ago. They're no longer there. I think 20, 25 years ago they were. There could be a lot of potential here, man, for these U.S.-based energy companies if Venezuela really realizes their potential in terms of how much oil they actually have. So, again, I'm not an expert by any means. I'm far from it when it comes to oil, guys. But at the end of the day, if we start getting a ton more oil out there every single day in the market, which it's not going to happen overnight, but this could have more downwards pressure on oil prices. And we'll see how overall Exxon, Chevron, how they capitalize on the opportunity. Look, they're going to have to invest billions of dollars down there. A lot of the infrastructure is old, outdated from what I've been reading. So if we can really get these U.S. energy companies to come in, invest a lot, it's going to be a decent upfront cost, but that could end up obviously yielding massive returns longer term. So in the short term, look, these energy companies, probably not much is going to change, but a longer term outlook, this could be great for energy companies like Exxon, Occidental Petroleum, Chevron, to name a few. So yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm not in any of these stocks right now. Well, I guess I do own XLE a little bit, which is an ETF. So I do own those stocks indirectly. But yeah, I feel like XLE might pop. We'll see. It might pop, which we actually did outline this chart in my Patreon. Shameless plug. We talked about how the chart looked great heading into 2026. And this is before we got, the news of Maduro being captured, right? All this stuff from this weekend. So yeah, heading into 2026, I've been eyeing up XLE oil stocks. Now I really am with the news that we just got and what could come from this. So that's a quick rundown there, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments as always. I'm curious where your head's at. Again, I don't own Exxon, Chevron directly, but I do own some XLE, which is an energy ETF. It has Exxon, Chevron, a bunch of others within the ETF. That's the way I'm playing this. And of course, we'll see if I add more. I'll let you know. I'll keep you guys posted. So yeah, that's a quick rundown there on Energy XLE, little Chevron, Exxon talk there. We went a little bit longer than I expected, but definitely worth talking about. So at this point, man, people are arguing the entire stock market's going to rip. I don't know if that's going to happen. Obviously, we don't have the crystal ball. We don't know. But we'll see how the futures look tonight. I'm curious to see at 6 p.m. East Coast time. The futures market opens up. If we get a big pop, that's going to be interesting. Maybe I'll make another video tonight going over the futures. Actually, that might be a good video. We should do that. SoFi is setting up nicely, though, for the new week. We had a 5% green day on Friday. Very, very strong day Friday for SoFi. Closed just under $28 a share, $27.46 to be exact. And the inverse head and shoulders heading into this new week is intact. It looks pretty good, and it's primed to play out, it seems like, right? And you guys know my take on SoFi here. My alert's at $28. That needs to break on the charts. That needs to break. And if we do take $28, excuse me, if we take that out, which has been resistance since the beginning of December, we're talking a month now. We take that out, I think we fill the gap up to $30.50, right? And if that breaks, which we hit that, I think on the 2nd of December, so just over a month ago, if we're able to break through $30.50, yeah, I think we're going back to those all-time highs. And, the reality is, man, SoFi has been flat for 3-4 months now. We could be getting ready for that move, especially into earnings, which I think we covered in my last video. We broke down what to expect. The earnings are on the 30th of January, so about 3-4 weeks from now. So gear up, man. Get ready. And keep it on your watch list. And full disclosure, I'm long SoFi, you guys know, but I haven't really bought it recently. I'm holding on tight though. Don't get it twisted. I'm holding on, but I haven't bought. The stock's been flat for a little bit. I was gonna buy more at $20 if it were to get there. It never did. So here we are. I'm just holding on, guys, and that's what you have to do when you're buying stocks or individual stocks. You don't want to just buy it anywhere. You have to have your price targets, and if they get there, if the stock gets there, cool. You buy it, you sell it, you do whatever you want to do at your price target, and if it doesn't get there, you have to be diligent, strict, and don't just buy it wherever it is, because price is what you pay, value is what you get. I've said that for years, and that's not my quote, obviously. I think it's a Warren Buffett quote. But man, it's probably one of his best quotes. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I don't want to go on too much here. Keep your eyes on the SoFi inverse head and shoulders. Watch for that break at $28 a share, and keep your eyes peeled on the oil market, man. Crude oil, right? President Donald Trump, Venezuela. I'm watching all that, all upcoming. This whole upcoming week, I'm going to be watching the news, seeing what's going on there. It's going to be big for the oil market. Maybe not so much for the stock market, but then again, like we said earlier, right? Lower energy prices, this boosts profits in a lot of these industries, guys. So it actually could affect the bottom line for a lot of these companies, for the S&P 500 as a whole, which could be good. We'll see. We'll see how that goes, though, man. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's set in stone. Like I said, for when it comes to oil, they're not going to boost output tomorrow. Things are going to take time. There's a lot of legality, a lot of contracts, a lot of crap going on here behind the scenes, man. It's not like, oh, Trump got Maduro. Tomorrow, Venezuela's U.S. owned. All the oil, all the production's U.S. owned. Tomorrow, that's not necessarily how it's going to go. That's not necessarily how it works. But yeah, we'll keep you updated here. So make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, join the Patreon for my real portfolio updates. We post those week in, week out. There's a private Discord. All of that is linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfFest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.